Hey everybody. My name is Peg Tucker, and I was just having a great conversation with my friend Liz, and we decided to take it live. We were talking about how each of us has transformed over the last several years, and Liz has had this great her photo documentation of her transformation is phenomenal. And I just wanted to talk to Liz a little bit about and have her share with you. Liz, tell us, like, what is it that made you decide that you wanted to transform your body, and what is it innately that made you know that it was possible? Because I think a lot of people don't realize how much control they have over their own health and their wellness.
Absolutely. So for me, it was kind of a decision made on a whim. And so that's not a magical answer, but that's my truth. I kind of, I was on the couch, feeling defeated, exhausted, tired, worn down, and kind of just had accepted that as that's what's going to happen as I get older. Was postpartum, just had my third baby. I was just going to be tired. I'm a mom. That's just part of it. Right.
Yes.
So, I found, the transdermal HGH gel with the thyroid and adrenal support on a whim. My best friend said, "Hey, found this stuff. You want to try it?" I said, "Sure. Why not?" And then once I started to try it and it started to wake my body up, that's really where the transformation began for me. I realized that I could feel good, that I
Mm,
wasn't destined to be exhausted all the time, that I could enjoy my family and do the things I've always wanted to do instead of sit on the sidelines while they go play. Like I have the husband who's the fun dad, and I would be like, go do it because I was just too tired. I started to feel good enough
yeah.
to participate. And that's really where the transformation and the thought shifted for me, where that this didn't have to be my destiny and I didn't have to be ruled by exhaustion and not feel good. I could like what could happen. And so that's where it started for me, was just saying yes to trying something new. I didn't really have any high hopes of anything, and it was magical for me, the experience of, coming alive again.
Yeah. Yeah. I love what you say about not having high hopes, because same for me. This product that we are talking about really, for me, really over delivered as far
Right.
as what I wanted to turn the dial up on how I was feeling, and I wanted to turn the dial down on the discomfort that I was feeling. That was a major thing for me. And you're talking about participating with your family. Me too. We were just talking about it. Our daughter's here with our grandkids, and they noticed my participation with the kids, like just being,
Right.
my enthusiasm about doing things with our grandkids when they were younger. Now they're 10 and 13, so they're doing different things. But at the time, it was just doing stuff like going to the jumpy house. That
Mm-hmm.
that all of a sudden I was enjoying taking them to do that kind of stuff, where before it just was exhausting.
Yep.
Everything was exhausting. So yeah. So what was it about this that made you say, yes, I want to take a look. I want to try that.
It really just I trusted the person who told me about it. That
Mm-hmm.
was it. She's not gonna mess around with anything that's not a big deal. I trust her opinion. She's one of my best friends for years, but she's a very smart woman, not gonna waste her money on just anything. And so she said yes, so I said yes. So it started as that. But the experience that I had with it, I had my husband try it, and I didn't tell him what it was, and I didn't tell him what it did, because he's the kind of guy who will not say something works if he's not feeling it. He's not going to just, go along with anything. It's actually almost impossible, it feels like, to get him to try anything that I think he should try. But for some reason, fate had it that he was willing.
Yeah.
He said yes, and he was sleeping horribly. He hadn't slept through the night in years. He worked two jobs. His body was exhausted. So he was like, I'll give it a try. So within the first couple of days, he started to feel like he slept through the night and remembered his dreams for the first time since he was a teenager. And I remember him waking up in the day. He was like, "What is this gel? Oh my goodness!" And so that was confirmation for me. Little things along the way, where I noticed also for me too. When I was on it, I like I said, operated out of exhaustion for so many years that it became my normal. So that when I started, it was like, I remember I was at a book study and it was at nighttime, and usually I'd have to go to bed early because I was so tired. I'd barely tuck the kids in and just go crawl back in bed. But I was at book study, it was nighttime, and I remembered I was like, wait, I'm not exhausted right now. Like I have stamina right now. And so it started in little ways like this. I didn't go into this seeking a huge transformation. Like the transformation took me, right? And so when you start to feel better, you start to do better. And about 8 months in, I had lost 15 pounds. I'd started to really start participating in my family, but I hadn't changed my diet or started to exercise. And I thought, what is something that I would do if I could do anything? And so for me, I had always told myself I wasn't a runner. I'm not a jogger. That's not for me. I don't even understand when I see people on the side of the road who are fit or who were jogging. I'd be like, aren't you done yet? Like literally, I just didn't get it. But I thought, hey, since I'm feeling so good and my body's not hurting, why don't I try that? So that's the beginning of me trying to jog. And I did. I did the Couch to 5K app. I signed up for 2 5Ks. Like I did what I
Wow.
always told myself that I couldn't do. Now I'm not super in love with running. This is a couple years into it now, and I'll run sporadically, but I at least tried it. It was something I told myself that I couldn't do,
Right.
and I did it. And so that's what the transformation for me looks like today, is like things that I've told myself you can't do, I at least feel good enough to try,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I love that you're saying that because, yeah, I mean, what you're saying is the world opened up to you to things that you didn't even understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally get it. I totally get it. I remember 5 years ago, exhausted at the end of a workday, pulling into a parking lot at the grocery store and watching a woman get out of her car and like jog across, like just like sprint into the store. And I was like, what?
What's
I,
that?
I was
Yep.
just like, and I have to tell you now, I think of her when I stop at the end of my workday at the grocery store because I could do that. I don't, but
Yeah, I mean, it's in there. We don't necessarily choose it. That's the same thing with running. It's like it's in there. I can do it. I know I can today, at least,
yeah,
but I don't always it's not my, it's not my passion. I have not
yeah,
turned into some crazy runner. I can run though, and that feels good to me because it opened up a door for me in the last, few years where now I know that if I want something, I can do it. And so it's so much more powerful than the outside transformation. It's what's happened inside, my
yeah,
mindset, I'm grounded, I'm balanced, I'm spiritual. I realized, instead of my quiet time in the morning being an afterthought or something that, I may or may not do today, I take it seriously, like breathing. I have that quiet time. And I know today that all the excuses in the world, I have kids, I have a busy life, I have all the things, that is my priority. So I'm able now to put things in place in my life where first things first, what matters most to me actually gets done now. And so it all started with a yes. It all started with a
yeah.
yes to a gel on a whim with, no real thought of a transformation. And where it's gone from here has absolutely been amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And I just want to say to everyone listening, if you're still listening, first of all, obviously we've said something that has caught your attention. So if you have any, something that you feel that what we were talking about you resonate with, or if you know someone, get back to the person who shared this video with you, or get in touch with the person who invited you to this group. And Liz and I and the women that we are in this on this journey with, we're on a mission. I'm on a mission to help moms to not feel like I did when I was a mom of young kids,
Mm-hmm.
because I was a stressed out mess and exhausted. And I just feel that if we can have healthy moms, we have healthy families, and we have a healthy world. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and that's what we need more of. So thank you all for joining. Liz, thank you so much for sharing your story. Always love talking with you.
Love
And
you.
yeah, it's a big love to everyone. Thanks again. See you next time.
Peace out.